Learning to code these days is, well, it's kind of a paradox, right? On one hand, there are more free, high-quality resources out there than ever before. But on the other hand, all that access has created a brand new challenge. And that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, you've got YouTube, you've got blogs, you've got countless free courses. The sheer amount of information can feel like a tidal wave. You're fired up and ready to learn. But your very first challenge is just figuring out which path to take out of the million that are out there.
Because let's be real, the traditional classroom, the one with desks and a blackboard, it's been replaced. The best classroom for coding today is this massive, sprawling digital ecosystem. Think of it like a global public library for code, and it's packed with amazing content that's totally free for anyone with an internet connection.
Now, just to give you an idea of the scale we're talking about, look at these numbers. You've got channels like freecodecamp.org with over 8.5 million subscribers, putting out these incredibly deep, full-length courses. Then there's Traversing Media and the Net Ninja, both with millions of followers who are masters of pragmatic crash courses and super organized learning playlists. This isn't some tiny corner of the internet, folks. This is a full-blown global movement. And all this content has led to some really, really effective ways of teaching. You can find tutorials that have you building a real project from the get-go. Or if you want to go deep, there are multi-hour courses that cover every single detail. Need something quick? There are bite-sized crash courses perfect for a lunch break. Seriously, there's something for every single type of learner out there.
Okay, so you've got all these resources, but which language should you actually start with? Well, a lot of experts will point you in one direction. They'll tell you there's one language that really stands out as the perfect starting point. So let's talk about Python.
So what exactly is Python? Well, it's this amazing blend of simplicity and raw power. The code itself is clean, it's elegant, and it's designed for what the pros call rapid application development, which is really just a fancy way of saying you can build cool stuff with it fast. This right here is one of Python's biggest superpowers. When you read a well-written Python program, it almost feels like you're just reading plain English. And what that does is it lets you focus on solving the problem you want to solve, instead of fighting with complicated language rules. And if you're a beginner, this is absolutely everything. Because the syntax, the rules of the language, are so simple, you can get started and see actual results really quickly. And trust me, that quick feedback loop is a huge motivator. It's what keeps you going. Another awesome thing about Python is that it's what we call open source. That basically means it's built by a massive global community of passionate developers who are all working together, constantly improving it and making it better for everyone. It's a team effort. Okay, now this might be my favorite part. Python has this philosophy called batteries included. It means that right out of the box, it comes with this huge standard library of tools that can help you with almost anything you can imagine, from interacting with websites and databases to doing cryptography. It's all there, ready to go. All right, so you've found some amazing online teachers, and you've decided to learn Python. Awesome. But there's this one common hurdle that almost everyone runs into. It's that moment where you have to take what you learned watching a screen and actually apply it in the real world. And you know what? The best teachers, they get this. They know this is a challenge. That's why they design their courses so that every new thing you learn is immediately paired up with a hands-on project. Why? Because the absolute #1 best way to make knowledge stick is to use it, to build something with it. So that got us thinking. Building projects on a computer screen is fantastic. It's crucial. But what if you could take it a step further? What if the code you were writing didn't just change pixels on a screen, but it actually made something in the real world move, or dance, or solve a physical problem? And that, my friends, is where this all gets really, really exciting. This is Robo For Education. It's a platform that was designed specifically to bridge that gap, the one between the digital world on your screen and the physical world all around us. This is where your Python code truly comes to life. So learning Python with robotics like this gives you 4 huge advantages. First, you get instant physical feedback. Your code does something you can actually see and touch. Second, rapid prototyping. Because of how Python works, you can change your code and see the robot react instantly, no waiting around. Third, you're using professional-level tools from the start. And fourth, you're building skills for the future, skills that are critical for things like AI and machine learning.
Let's just break this down. With traditional coding, when something goes wrong, you get some abstract error message on a black screen. It can be super confusing to figure out what it even means. But with Robo, the feedback is tangible. It's physical. If your code is wrong, your robot might literally trip and fall over.
If it's right, it does a little dance. This makes those abstract ideas click into place so much faster. So we've gone on this whole journey, right? From this huge, crowded digital learning space to the simple power of Python, and now to a hands-on, tangible learning experience that pulls it all together. This is all about making your code truly come to life. So what can you expect from the Robo for Education channel? Well, our whole mission is to bridge that gap between the screen and the real world. You're going to find step-by-step tutorials that turn what seems like complicated coding into these super fun hands-on experiments. It's all about making hard coding feel less like work and more like smart, creative play. So if you're ready to stop just writing code and you want to start bringing your ideas to life, then we want to invite you to join the Robo Revolution. Subscribe to Robo for Education right here on YouTube and follow us on our site and social accounts to start your journey. Let's build something amazing together. The only question left is, what are you going to build first?